This is my bathroom. Do you see anything wrong with it? Yup, you're not insane. My toilet really doesn't have a lid.
Well, you've probably been wondering, how did this guy even manage to break his toilet lid? Well, the answer is a weird one, so get ready. Toilet lids are surprisingly comfortable to sit on. So I would always sit on my toilet lid and think about the big questions in life. Like, why do we exist? Why is everything in nature circular? What's the meaning of life? What would it take for me to start an entire robotic revolution in my workshop? So as it turns out, toilet lids are actually quite fragile, and after a full year of sitting on mine, it buckled under my weight and a crack started forming. But I didn't really care and continued with my life. But after just 1 week, the crack had grown through basically the entire lid, so I was forced to take it off. As you could probably imagine, this was detrimental to my health. I could no longer think about the big questions in life, and what made it worse is that when you flush your toilet, loads of germs actually get flung out. So this was not only bad for my mental health, but also my physical health. I asked my parents if they could buy me another lid, and as it turns out, Villeroy and Boch, this stupid company, sells toilet lids for the cheap and very affordable price of $570 per piece. Who do they think I am? Some billionaire? I'm not gonna spend 2/3 of an entire toilet on a toilet lid. So of course, like any sane person, I decided to design a 3D print one myself for 1/10 of the price. I started my design off with the joints that would connect to the existing toilet, as it was the hardest part, so I took loads of measurements. And 15 test fits later, I finally got myself the perfect dimensions to the joint. I got absolutely sick of anything that had to do with that joint, so I decided to design the rest of the toilet lid first. Because my toilet lid is approximately 3 times bigger than my 3D printer's available print size, I had to split my toilet lid into different parts that would be separately printed and then assembled. I didn't want to use glue since that's just boring, so I decided to have everything fit together like a puzzle, with a few parts friction fitting together to hold the entire toilet lid in one piece. I originally planned to have 2 parts in the back, 2 parts in the middle, and 1 long part in the front, as shown in the animation. But the pieces in the back and the part in the front turned out to be way too big for my 3D printer. I had to redesign it so that there would be 8 big pieces in total. Despite that change, the prints were still really big, and proved to be quite a challenge to print and keep accurate, which would literally haunt me in real life and in my sleep. But after countless hurdles and challenges, hours of painful designing, and so much freaking failed prints, I got all the parts ready and finally assembled the lid. The assembly proved to be quite challenging, as I had to friction fit the parts together, but after a while, I was able to fit everything together, and I was probably the world's only owner of a 3D printed toilet lid. Since spring break had arrived, and I desperately needed a break from staring at my toilet and designing a toilet lid, I decided to go on vacation for 3 days, and made sure to check the connection point between the toilet lid and the toilet for one last time before leaving.
3 days later.
I excitedly ran to my room with a fully assembled 3D printed toilet lid and fitted it onto my toilet, except that it didn't fit. The toilet has literally deformed itself within the 3 days that I was gone.
What?
When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. And in my hour of darkness, she is standing right in front of me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. whisper words of wisdom, let it be. And when the broken-hearted people living in the world agree, there will be an answer, let it be.